Welcome to another session of 3 Minute Black History. Today, we're going to go all the way back to Africa where Black history begins and look at the people who were enslaved. Now, Africa, just like every other country in the world, had slavery, but their slaveries were different from what happened when the Europeans began to take Black people and bring them to the Western countries of North and South America. These slaves were prisoners of war or poor people who were brought or sold or bought to help themselves out. But they could become part of the community. They could marry into the community. They could have businesses. That was not the case when the Portuguese came to West Africa in 1440 and bought Black people. Now, initially, the Africans didn't know the nature of that slavery. They thought it was like what they practiced. But soon they found out how cruel and inhumane it was. But many still chose to sell their own people to enrich themselves. But in the country of Mabundu was born a girl named Nzinga, and it was prophesied that she would be a leader of her people. Now that was an unusual occurrence in Africa. But when she was 40, her brother, who was the leader of the Mabundu people, sent her to Luanda, which is now in the country called Angola, to negotiate a peace treaty with the Portuguese because they did not want them coming into their country or taking their people. So when she came, all of the Portuguese were seated, but they did not have a chair for her. So one of the men who had escorted her got on his hands and knees and made himself a chair, which she sat on lightly and negotiated as an equal with the Europeans. And they kept the Europeans out of their country, and not only out of their country, but made an alliance with 40 other groups. And they formed a Jaga army, which was made up of runaways, and they kept many hundreds and thousands of their people free. So Nzinga, Black ruler in Africa, nailed one of the first nails in the Underground Railroad for freedom.